Short video is going to go over the syllabus for English 1340 fall of 22. In the short video, we'll cover where to find the syllabus and the schedule of readings. I'll talk a little bit about the various course policies that you need to know to be successful in the course, and tell you how you can get some help. So our syllabus is located under the syllabus menu item over here on the left. So if you click on syllabus, what you're going to find is a page for our syllabus. I've included a way that you can open and print a copy of the complete syllabus in a Google document. You can simply go up to File. You can make yourself a copy and save it to your own Google Drive, or you can download it as a Microsoft Word document, a PDF, or whichever file type works best for you. And I'd recommend you do that so that you have a copy offline that's not linked directly to Canvas in case something happens and Canvas is offline. There's also a copy of the schedule. Again, you can make yourself a copy, you can download it or email it to yourself. Having a copy of the schedule kind of all in one place is going to be really helpful just so you can plan your time more successfully. In addition to that, a lot of the modules in our class are going to use these Satori presentation boards. They're just kind of websites that help present the information in easier to navigate ways. So you can scroll through the syllabus, or if you ever have questions, if you simply hover over these three lines, it's going to bring up a set of menu options or a table of contents. So if you, for instance, have questions about submitting your work, you can go directly to that information. If you want to know how to contact me, if you're worried about the grading policies, you can kind of navigate it really easily. So what we're going to do in this short video is just go over some of those policies and discuss them so that you have a good understanding of what's expected in this course. So this is, again, English 1340. It's an online asynchronous class, and this is an accelerated version of the course. You have here contact information for me. The best way to reach me is through email. I check my email Monday through Friday during business hours. So if it's during the day, usually you'll get a pretty quick return time. You can expect about a 24-hour return to your emails Monday through Friday. If you email me over the weekend, you'll get a response on Monday morning. There is an office phone number here. I'm not on campus this semester, though. I'm teaching virtually and online all semester from home. So if you do leave a message on my office phone, I'll get it, but it will take longer than if you just email me. You can also use the office hours that are available. These are student hours. You are welcome to grab an appointment on our contact sheet for these times. Stop in. I'm happy to discuss any of the course with you, help you with your projects, answer any questions you have. If the office hours don't work, I'm available other times. I just need 24 hours notice by email. So if the Monday and Wednesday times don't work for you, send me a quick email with your name, your course number, and then propose a couple days and times that do work, and we can get you something set up. So one thing to understand is this is an online asynchronous course. That means that there's going to be no live virtual instructional sessions. There are no classes that you have to attend. There are no virtual sessions that you have to sign on for and get attendance taken for. If you want a course that has live or synchronous instruction, you should consider switching to a section that would better fit your needs and support your learning preferences. Virtual sessions will not be added through the semester, so this is really a course where you work through the class on your own time, meeting the deadlines as they're posted. Please note that you need to use your PGCC OWL mail for all correspondence in this course. It's really important that you include your name and course in the email. That stuff is not included automatically in an email program, and I have 5 courses and over 100 students. So if you don't leave your name, it's going to take me longer to help you. So let's talk about English 1340 and what it is. This semester, you're going to be applying the skills and knowledge you learned in English 1010, but we're going to be using them to write for the fields of science, medicine, and technology. This is a really different class than the traditional essay class. You will not be writing any essays at all in this class. All of the work you do in this class are going to be kind of actual business documents and deliverables, emails, letters, memos, reports, presentations. You can take a look at the learning outcomes. Some important ones I want you to really pay attention to. Number 1 is to accommodate audience needs in technical writing. We're going to be talking about audience all semester. Every one of our projects is going to be very, very focused on the intended audience. You'll do audience analyses. This might be a very different kind of writing than what you're used to, but it's a really important skill to have as you move into your future professional fields. We're going to really be looking at various types of technical and professional documents. Again, we're not writing essays in this class. Everything we do in this class is going to be graded for both presentation in terms of format, layout, and design, and also content. So that's also a difference from English 1010. We're not going to be using the MLA formatting for your essays. Each document is going to have its own formatting requirements that you're going to need to meet. So let's talk about the time you need for this class, because I think sometimes students don't understand how much work an accelerated class is going to take. It's important to note that this is not an easier version of the 15-week course. If anything, it's much more difficult because of the speed we go. We are going to cover the exact same material and content that the 15-week version of this course covers, but we're going to do it in about 7.5 weeks. That means that each week of this class is about the equivalent of 2 weeks of a regular semester length class. You should expect to spend a minimum of about 12 to 16 hours each week on the work for this course. That's kind of a baseline that comes from the Prince George's Community College credit hour requirements. Basically, for every credit hour you earn, you are expected to spend a minimum of 37.5 hours working on that course for that credit hour. So since this is a 3-credit course, that means over the course of the class, you are expected to do a minimum of about 112 hours of instruction. That breaks down to about 12 to 16 hours each week. That is an intense class, and I understand it's not for everyone, but it is the work requirement for this class. It's really important to note that you should not be registered for more than 2 accelerated courses at the same time. If you are, you should talk to an academic advisor because you are setting yourself up for a very difficult semester. If you are taking 15-week courses in addition to the accelerated courses, be aware that these courses are going to this class is going to feel a lot more intense, and in some sense a lot more difficult because we are moving very quickly through the material, but it's the same material. It is not an abbreviated version. This is not 1340 light. This is the class 1340, but we're going to do it much faster. So if that does not sound like something that you feel like you have the time or ability to put into, again, I would really suggest you talk to an academic advisor. It might be much more beneficial for you then to sign up for a 15-week class next semester so that you have a better chance of success. If you have any questions about that, please reach out and let me know. I'm happy to talk it over with you or explain any of this in detail. So let's talk about the textbook and supplies. Our main textbook is going to be a free textbook that you're going to get through an application called Perusal. There'll be another video to talk about that. In addition to the kind of content textbook, all students are going to be required to purchase a copy or e-access to an inexpensive workbook. It's called Document-Based Cases for Technical Communication, 2nd edition. I've listed the ISBN there. These are very low-cost textbooks. You can buy it new for under $20. The ebook, I think, is like $16, but you need to purchase this immediately. You will need this book during week 1 for our first project, and I won't accept late work because you didn't purchase the book, especially because this is an accelerated class. You need to make sure you have your supplies right away. Other requirements you're going to need a reliable computer and high-speed internet access. This is an online course, so if you don't have access to those things, you really need to make sure you have access to the computer labs on campus. This is not the kind of class you can take on your phone. We're also going to do a lot with Google Docs. A lot of your assignment sheets and instructions are made available through Google Docs. If you have any trouble with those, let me know. You don't have to have a Gmail account to access a Google Doc, but sometimes it can make it easier. This is what the for purchase textbook looks like. Again, you're going to need it immediately, so go buy it right now at the beginning of the semester. Because remember, if you wait till the end of this first week, it's like 2 weeks of a regular class have passed. So you need this book immediately. Okay, so let's talk about grading. Our grading is based on the same 90, 80, 70, 60 scale that the rest of the college uses. It's broken down into projects. You'll have 10% for reading and engagement. Perusal is an app that kind of registers your reading and gives you credit for engaging with the reading. And then each of the projects are worth a chunk of the grade. So you can see the breakdowns there. Each of the projects are multiple deliverable projects. So they might ask you to do an audience analysis, preliminary work, evaluations, justification memos. Most of them are based directly on the studies in this textbook. So if you don't purchase the textbook, you will not be able to do the assignments. It is absolutely essential that you purchase that textbook. The other thing to note is that because in the professional world, teamwork and collaboration is an essential part of professionalism, you will be required to do group work for 2 projects in this class. That means that you need to definitely be aware of what the class is doing at all times, because group projects will move just as fast as everything else. Other grading policies. So part of professionalism is meeting deadlines when they're set. So all work for the class has to be submitted by the date listed on the syllabus. It's really important because we're moving so quickly. These due dates are designed to help you balance the heavy workload of an accelerated schedule, but they also give me time to provide you feedback so that you can get kind of comments and information before moving on to the next part of the assignment. If you're missing due dates, you're not going to be able to get that feedback, which means you may not be able to make the changes you need to be successful. Work submitted after these deadlines loses 5% per day late unless an extension has been arranged, because I get it. Sometimes life happens. Sometimes you need an extra day or two. I do give extensions if they are requested before the due date. All extensions need to be received at least 48 hours before the due date. So you can't email me the day that something is due or after something is due to ask for an extension. But if you know that work is piling up 1 week for you and you're going to need a little bit of extra time, if you're communicating with me, I'm going to try to work with you on those deadlines. So to request an extension, you just need to send a complete email to my email, explain your situation, and give the date that you plan to submit the assignment. All of our work will be submitted through the Canvas course website. I cannot accept any assignments through email, so make sure that all of your work is submitted to the correct information. Everything is going to be submitted as a Microsoft Word file or a PDF. Please don't send JPEGs, PNG files, or anything else. You need to make sure you submit everything to the correct link. Misplaced submissions or submissions that are corrupted will count as late. And then everything should be free of plagiarism. You should know that all projects for the course and all parts of those projects will likely be submitted to a plagiarism detection service. It's a student's responsibility to avoid improper source use and plagiarism. You'll have access to those reports before you finalize your submission. So if you do see a problem, you have time to go in, make changes, and avoid plagiarism charges. So if you run into any trouble accessing the course or submitting your assignments, you need to email me as soon as possible. If you're unable to submit assignment because your internet is down, Canvas isn't working, something is happening, you can email me the assignment directly to stop the clock on the due date. And then once everything is working again, you'll be able to upload your file to Canvas once the technical issue is resolved. There's some other college policies. You can find them in the complete syllabus, towards the end of the complete syllabus, including if you have any sort of need for accommodations, please contact me as soon as possible so that we can get those accommodations set for you. There's also information about the code of conduct that you should be familiar with, and NA and FX grades that you can be assigned if you fail to complete the course. So that is the information for the syllabus. If you have any questions about the course policies, please let me know as soon as possible.